the never-ending search for the lightweight adventure bike. We are covering a lot of topics. Use this index to find specific information. For many riders, the answer is an adventurized 450 or 500 enduro bike to stay under 130 kilograms or 285 pounds. And Terry is one of those riders. His WR450F is a work in progress. So far he has a cush drive hub, large fuel tank and tall gearing, 1548. Double take mirrors, and he's loving it. So why the focus on lightweight for some riders? It might be due to physical problems or old age. It is less tiring and safer in rough terrain. It definitely gives you more options to explore gnarly terrain or ride aggressively off-road. And some riders are chasing the unicorn, a bike that can do enduro rides and adventure rides if you can live with the compromises. So what are the benefits and disadvantages of using a 450 or 500 enduro bike for adventure riding? The really obvious benefit is the lightweight. Duh. You get a lot of horsepower, you get a lot of suspension, and it's usually high quality too. You can ride very aggressively off-road and have ridiculous amounts of fun. But the list of potential issues is long. Road riding is usually terrible for lots of reasons. No windscreen, the lightweight and steering geometry create instability at speed. The throttle response is often too snappy for comfortable road riding. The lack of a cush drive hub just makes this worse. In some cases, you will have a narrow range gearbox, which sucks for dual sport and adventure riding. There's a lot of engine noise and more vibration. You pay for all that engine performance with higher maintenance. The short stroke engines with small piston skirts mean you really shouldn't ride these bikes at low revs, or you can dramatically increase piston wear. Oil capacity is usually quite small, and the recommended oil change intervals are often as low as 1,000 kilometers or 600 miles. The tall seat height can be awkward for a lot of shorter riders, and most of these enduro models have weak subframes, so you can't put too much luggage on the rear. This also affects the handling badly. The fuel tanks are often incredibly small, the road equipment is usually poor, crap headlights, tiny indicators, and an ineffective horn. The hard narrow seats result in monkey butt. No pillion passengers, of course. The lower stator output can cause issues if you want to run better lights, heated hand grips and electronic gadgets. And there are no quick puncture repairs due to spoked wheels using tubes. So that's a pretty long list. Why bother? Well, it all depends on how important that lightweight is. Aftermarket parts and modifications can make a big difference. There's a wide range of windscreens that can be adapted for enduro bikes. There are even rally fairings, if you want to spend a few $1,000s. The G2 throttle tamer is brilliant for reducing that snappy throttle response of big fuel-injected four-strokes. A flywheel weight can help as well. Remapping the ECU, the WR450F can be tuned from mild to wild just using an app on your phone. Incredibly handy. Cush drive hubs are expensive, but reduce drive chain wear and make things much smoother on the road. More about that later. Gearing. Bikes like the 500 EXCF have a wide ratio gearbox, which makes your gearing choices much easier. Otherwise, it can be tough to get the gearing right for highway and enduro riding. Oil capacity. Sometimes you can slightly increase oil capacity by adding an oil cooler and a large clutch cover, but it's expensive for such a small increase. Your best option is start with a larger oil capacity. More on that later. Aftermarket seats are very expensive but will make a big difference for long adventure rides. On a budget, consider buying a block of upholstery foam and create a wider, softer seat and recover it with vinyl. Do you hate puncture repairs? Fit the tubeless system and just plug any punctures in 2 minutes. It's not approved for road use in the USA, but heaps of riders use it there anyway. See our review. As mentioned, luggage really affects the handling of enduro bikes, and you can easily break those plastic subframes if you overload the rear. There are plenty of soft luggage options which you can just strap to the rear of the bike. Try to get as much weight as possible to the front for balance and good handling. Tank bags, fender bags, handlebar bags. Vibration. Some riders get numb hands much easier than other riders. Consider thicker hand grips and handlebar mounts with damping. Bigger fuel tanks. The more popular enduro models will have a range of larger tanks available. Otherwise, you need to use fuel bladders strapped to your bike or fuel bottles in your backpack. Shorter riders may need to lower their bikes. You can cut your seat lower, get a lowering link and adjust the front forks and the triple clamps. See our video about tips for shorter riders. Handling. If your enduro bike is very twitchy at highway speed, then consider a fatty front tyre. The higher 9126 profile lifts the front of the bike and also has more rolling mass for stability. A more expensive option is a steering damper. Tyres, a huge range of knobbies available. Our suggestion is maybe keep an aggressive knobby on the front, but aim for something more adventure oriented on the rear. Our all-time favourites are the Motoz Adventure and Motoz Rals tyres. Terry has the Motoz Adventure tyres fitted and loves them. Almost no wear after 1,000 kilometres so far. See our review. Most adventure bikes have a low stator output. However, if you switch to LED lighting, you will have usually enough power for heated grips and other accessories. Cush drive hubs. Do they make a difference? And do you really need one? Well, yes, they make a big difference. The bike feels much smoother when riding on the road. There is less chain snatch. There is less stress on your countershaft, gearbox, sprockets, chain and rear tyre. Earlier KTM models had fairly soft countershafts, and adventure riders were encountering premature countershaft wear on the splines. The Husaberg 70-degree models used the same engine, and I had the same issue until I fitted a Cush drive hub. If you don't fit a Cush drive hub, I would at least recommend keeping the revs higher when road riding to soften that power pulse through the drivetrain. So which is the best enduro model to use? If you do adventurize an enduro bike, then your choice is quite important. Here are some important criteria. Long-stroke engines will wear better. Bigger capacity engines will wear better. A wide ratio gearbox, tunable ECU, a large oil capacity, reliability and long rebuild intervals, and a wide range of aftermarket accessories. Generally, the most popular model has been the good old KTM 500 EXCF. It's proven to be bulletproof. It has a relatively long stroke engine compared to the others, an excellent spread of gear ratios. The 1.2 litre oil capacity is reasonable. The 2023 and earlier models had a more impressive 1.5 litre capacity. There are oil coolers and larger clutch covers that allow adding another 300 mils of oil capacity. There's a wide range of Cush drive hubs, larger fuel tanks and other aftermarket parts available. The Beta RS 500 and RR390 both have proven to be very reliable, good spread of gear ratios. There's an impressive 1.5 litre oil capacity, but unfortunately it's split between engine and transmission compartments for messier oil changes. Though smaller, the RR390 has quite a long stroke engine which has fantastic power delivery for dual sport and adventure riding. The Honda CRF 450RL. This might be worth considering as Honda has made various changes to make it smoother on the road. See our review video for more information. It's just a shame they still haven't created a proper rally model like the CRF 300 Rally. A surprise contender, the new AJP SPR 510R. We rode this recently and were impressed. A very healthy 1.7 litre oil capacity and 3,000 kilometre oil changes. It has a bit of extra weight which makes it handle well on the road. It's very similar to the earlier SWM RS500R, which many riders adapted for adventure riding. You can use the cush drive hub and windscreen from the earlier SWM RS650. And of course, Yamaha's WR450F. It only has 5 gears and a tiny 1 litre oil capacity, but it's an incredibly bulletproof engine, and the big advantage is you can just use your phone to adjust the power delivery. Terry is currently using the Hollis Smooth Map, which has very gentle power at low revs, but really ramps up in the higher revs. There are other enduro models, of course, but we think these are some of the more interesting options. What about non-enduro models that are over 130 kilograms or 285 pounds? Well, if we set a limit of 165 kilograms wet weight, then there's a big range of dual sport and lightweight adventure motorbikes to consider. We cover all of these in our lightweight adventure motorbikes video. However, I would like to highlight just a few recent additions. There's the Covair 450 Rally from China. It's cheap, it's proving to be quite reliable, and we tested it thoroughly last year and reviewed it. If you don't mind the poor low to mid-range power, it's worth considering. It's not available in many countries, but the AJP PR7 has proven very popular in Europe and is now suddenly starting to sell well in Australia. I now own one and love it. See our video. It's probably worth mentioning the Suzuki DRZ4S, as it has had a major overhaul. Die-hard DRZ fans mostly hate the changes, others are raving about the improved suspension and fuel-injected engine. See our video and decide for yourselves. So this has not been a comprehensive video, of course, just a quick guide. Have you adventurized an enduro bike before? What did you change? Did you like the results? And what is your ideal version of a lightweight adventure bike? Let us know in the comments.